Hello, everyone. It's Congresswoman Robin Kelly from Illinois' 2nd Congressional District. For Veterans Day, I wanted to spotlight a veteran and family member of a veteran who served or served the 2nd Congressional District. Let me first introduce you to Bill Browne, an honorably discharged veteran of the United States Air Force who is the former director of the Cook County Department of Veterans Affairs, and Rob Guerrera, who is my Gold Star Fellow and works out of my Matteson office. As the former director of the Cook County Department of Veterans Affairs, Bill Browne was the Cook County President's designee before veterans assistance groups. He assisted in formulating policies, programs, and legislation on behalf of the Cook County President regarding veterans assistance and related matters. He collaborated with the VA, Illinois Department of Veterans Affairs, VA hospitals, and nonprofit organizations whose goal was to aid. Whose goal was to aid? Oops, do I have to start a little? Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I got nothing but time.
Whose goal was to aid veterans. Okay. Last take, I swear. Hello, everyone. It's Congresswoman Robin Kelly from Illinois' 2nd Congressional District. For Veterans Day, I wanted to spotlight a veteran and a family member of a veteran who served or served the 2nd Congressional District. Let me first introduce you to Bill Browne, an honorably discharged veteran of the United States Air Force who is the former director of the Cook County Department of Veterans Affairs, and Rob Guerrero, who is my Gold Star Fellow and works out of my Matteson office. As the former director of the Cook County Department of Veterans Affairs, Bill Browne was the Cook County President's designee before veterans assistance groups. He assisted in formulating policies, programs, and legislation on behalf of the Cook County President regarding veterans assistance and related matters. He collaborated with the VA, Illinois Department of Veterans Affairs, VA hospitals, and nonprofit organizations whose goal was to aid veterans. Also, Bill Browne worked in the Treasurer's office with me, as well as I worked with him in Cook County. So I know Bill Browne was a great staffer and he's a great veteran. Rob Guerrero was brought to my staff by the Gold Star Family Program. Rob is originally from Michigan and has lived in Chicago for the past 9 years. He currently serves as a district director and Gold Star Family Fellow in my Matteson office. Rob is currently the first and only 2-time qualifier for the Gold Star Family Program after losing both his father and his brother in active duty military service. During his time on my team, he assists me by furthering my relationships with our local veterans. Rob also helps veterans and constituents in my district with Veterans Affairs and Defense casework, and we are very lucky and privileged to have Rob in the office. You gentlemen ready to get started for questions?
Of course.
Bill, I'm going to start with you. What years did you serve?
I served from 1967 through 1971.
And can you just share what were some of the reasons you initially joined the Air Force?
Actually, I was just graduated from junior college, and my classification changed to 1A. So I knew it was going to be pretty soon I was going to go into the service. So I opted to decide, well, if I'm going to go in, I wanted to decide what branch I wanted to go in. So I took the test for the Air Force. I passed it, and I was able to raise my hand and say I do before I got my letter from the president for the United States Army.
And how did your family and friends feel about this Air Force choice?
Well, they thought if I had to go in, they felt, well, go in for something that you want to do. And I was able to go into the communication field. So it worked out well for me because it gave me an opportunity to open up into another field that I had never been involved with before. So it was a good choice.
Okay. Now, bringing it fast forward, how did you get involved with Veterans Affairs?
I started with Cook County, actually. When I came out of the service in 1971, I worked for the banking industry for a while and non-for-profit organizations, and I started working for the Treasurer's office and then came over to Cook County. When I first came over to Cook County, I was asked to work with an organization called Veterans Assistance Commission of Cook County. From there, I worked there for about a year. learning the ins and outs of the veterans and what their needs were and what they needed as for terms of moving forward to their life. So I was there for a year, and then I report downtown to the main office there, where Robin Kelly, who was my chief of staff at the time, and President Periwinkle, they had asked me to put together a Department of Veterans Affairs to kind of reach out to our veterans and to see what we can do to provide more assistance for our veterans.
And how did your service and experiences affect your life?
Well, I felt it was very, very positive because one of the things I found out being a veteran, that a lot of veterans do not like to talk to people who are not veterans. So the fact that I was overseas, I served during the war, and I was able to talk to veterans when they came back from home, I was able to at least make them aware that there are many, many, many resources out here for our veterans, and we always try to work to encourage them to take advantage of those resources.
I would imagine that they felt that you could really understand where they were coming from.
Yes, they felt comfortable talking to me because they know I had been in the same situation they had been at one time.
And what advice would you have for anyone considering a career in the U.S. Armed Services?
I would suggest to any young man or young lady that if they do not know exactly what they want to do in life right now, it would not hurt to go into the military for either 2 years. If you're in the Army, or myself, I went into the Air Force for 4 years, just to kind of get a better idea of what's out there, what resources are out there. You get a paycheck every month, and you get the chance to learn a new skill. So it's
Sure. And through your what you've done as your livelihood and being a veteran yourself, how could our nation be more supportive?
I would like to see our nation do more for our current veterans today. There's many veterans coming back now. I was during the Vietnam era, but I've talked to vets who served in Iraq, Afghanistan, and whatnot, and they've come back home, and they don't know where resources are available to them. Plus, when they do get out, when veterans are looking for jobs, they're looking for to get a home and things of this nature, they don't know where to go. And I think the government should be more proactive in trying to provide more resources available for our veterans today.
Well, thank you for that advice, and I will certainly take that back to Washington, D.C. Is there anything else I haven't covered that you want our audience to know?
I would like to just say I thank everyone for the idea, for the pleasure of allowing me to be recognized for these past 10 years of service. This is one of those jobs where I have truly enjoyed my job. It's very easy to talk to people and relate to people when you enjoy what you do. So, and I think the veterans have appreciated it too, because veterans have no problems in reaching out to me by way of calling me, sending me emails, and just saying, Bill, what do I need to do this? Or how do I apply for this? Or how do I get my education benefits? So for that, I feel glad I was able to participate in that. In fact, I'm going to continue to do that. Even though I'm retired now, I'm a veteran all my life. So I'm going to continue to do whatever I can to help the population.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for everything that you've done. I've witnessed you up close and personal, so thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Now I want to turn to Rob. Tell me a little bit about your family.
Of course. So my family story starts back in Germany, West Germany, actually, at the time. Back in 1986, my dad was 26 years old. He was stationed, like I said, over there, and he was a chief warrant officer and a helicopter pilot. My mom went over there for a few weeks to visit her friend, and 2 weeks turned into essentially 3 years. She met my dad, she got married, she had my older brother, and a month later she was pregnant with me. Unfortunately, on Flag Day, June 14th, 1988, the helicopter that my father was piloting did crash into a place called Lake Steinberg. It's the second biggest lake in Germany. And he was missing for about 10 days before they found him. And unfortunately, I was born 8 days after his crash. So I was born on June 22nd. My mom was overseas. She was widowed with my brother, who was less than a year old, and myself. So that was, obviously traumatic. And then we fast forward 15 years. And, a little backstory, my dad was married prior to my mom, so they had a bit of an age gap. So I had an older brother from his previous marriage. Once 9/11 happened, he felt the call like so many other people. and decided to join the military around 2002. And he was deployed in Iraq, in Baghdad. And on October 27th of 2003, he was attacked by a roadside bomb, the Humvee that he was in. You know, he was obviously killed during then. And after he passed away, he was awarded the Bronze Star, and then he was also a paratrooper, so they awarded him his final jump as well. Both my father and my brother were both 82nd Airborne, so that was very awesome. And here we are 18 years after that, and I'm here with Congresswoman Kelly. You know, we're all trying to do our part. So
your family has certainly sacrificed. What initially made you want to join the Gold Star Family Fellowship Program?
Oh,
and you can tell the audience a little bit about it.
Of course. The Gold Star Family Fellowship Program is an awesome program that the Chief Administrative Office does. They allow employment opportunities for just Gold Star family members anywhere federally on a state level, whether it's congressional office or many, many avenues within the government. They're just great opportunities. And what initially made me to join, there were multiple reasons, but I think my initial driving force was actually the January 6th insurrections and just the rampant division that has taken over our country. I believe to my core that my father and brother died for a better America, and that's not the America we saw on January 6th. You know, during the months that followed the insurrection, I, like most of us, I was incredibly angry and frustrated at what was going on. And when this opportunity presented itself, I had a couple friends forward me the information about this. I couldn't help but think, like, this is my chance to step into the ring and make a difference, and, you know, to honor my family's sacrifice and honor that. So here I am.
and since you're here, what would you like to accomplish during your time as a Gold Star Family Fellow?
I would like to bring awareness to our overall veteran situation. You know, I want to make sure that the people that fought for our country are properly taken care of, that they have all of the resources available. And when I say taken care of, I mean physically, mentally, financially, and psychologically. I think those are the four things that really we need to focus on in helping them.
And I know, is there any other thing we can do to support Gold Star families more, or how do we, do you feel like people in your situation that they know that there is even a Gold Star Family Fellow program, or is there something more we can do in that area?
We could definitely endorse the program more. You know, I found it on LinkedIn, but like I said, as I also had a couple of people send it to me, I think that if we were able to bring awareness to this, it would be great to have more Gold Star family members and people who actually understand the sacrifice on the other end within the government. You know, that keeps a level of morality there. Other ways we could assist and support Gold Star families is just getting involved with your local VFW and your local VSO office, contacting your state and federal officials and advocating on behalf of them and letting them know that you still care and that they're not forgotten about. You know, just staying engaged and informed and making sure that their family member is continuously honored and just not pushed to the wayside goes so much farther than what people really know.
I couldn't have said that better myself, and that's a great way to end. So I want to thank you so much, Bill and Rob, for joining me and for all the work you do for Illinois' 2nd Congressional District. I especially want to thank you I want to thank you and your family for all of your sacrifices and service to our country. We must remember that freedom is not free and it's not a guarantee, and that it takes brave people to keep us safe. So thank you so very much, and I wish you a happy Veterans Day.
Thank you so much, Congresswoman.
Thank you very much.